Welcome people of the World Wide Web, and it's another video, a little bit of a review one here. So this is for Power Rangers Once and Always. Now, is this something you want to watch once, always, or maybe it's just a few times and it'll get a bit boring? Let's get into it. So for people out there who do not know, this is basically an anniversary, so it's the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. So originally came out in 1993, and this is a feature-length episode. It's 55 minutes, I think, in total, and it is to basically commemorate this 30 years. A lot of the original casts of the first few seasons have been brought back, and not to give too much away, but you'll see that obviously Rita Repulsa has come back in a cybernetic form, and it is down to the Power Rangers to save her. It plays out very much like an episode. A little bit of, they get away with a little bit more. So back in the day, there were a lot of stuff they couldn't do, like they couldn't use their blasters as blasters, which Rocky does at one point. Obviously, Trini from the trailer you see dies because the character that is being portrayed, the actress, unfortunately died in 2001, I believe, due to a car accident. And there are a lot of things going on. So I'm just going to get straight into it. So if you're a Power Rangers fan, then there is a lot here for you. But you have to take in two mindsets, and this it is. For me, I did enjoy it. It was nice to see some of the original characters back. It was nice that Walter, so Zach and Billy, I can't remember the actor's proper name now, but yeah, it's good that those two got a bit of a shining forwards. There was a lot of obviously stuff with the character of Billy, the actor who played him, unfortunately near the end when he was on, because he is gay, he got a lot of mistreatment from the staff and crew and everything, and it was nice to kind of have him front and center. And if anything, I think this is Power Rangers making up for how they mistreated him in the past. I mean, he was, I believe, from the beginning to the end, he was the longest constant running person in it. I mean, he was there, I think, 5 or 6 seasons before he left for Altar, where the Alien Rangers were from. And yeah, so it was good to see them. It was good to see a lot of the cast back. Obviously, they have aged very much. They're all like my 40s, 50s. So they're getting on. So they're not like young as you think. It's not as glossy as Power Rangers were. But I think that is to basically homage the original ones. So yeah, so as the battle goes, obviously Rita kills Trini. You have Trini's daughter that they then bring into. So it's kind of an evolution of that character to carry on her legacy, so to speak. This is obviously another actress playing it, not the actress's real life daughter, because I don't believe she had one. But yeah, and as it goes on, it's kind of her finding her place in the world. It is the Power Rangers have all grown up, but they have to deal with this threat of cybernetic Rita. She starts capturing Power Rangers to power a device to basically open up a dimensional rift to go back and meet her original self when she escapes from the dumpster in the very first episode. So it was good that they had that link. They have a lot of links. Obviously it's 55 minutes, and obviously it's a TV show, and I think due to times it shows that they were limited. So I mean, the opening scene of the Megazords all coming back was really, really good, until it transformed to a robot and it was CG, and I did not like that and the the kind of lizardy creature that they were fighting, that was all done CG, but it wasn't, I don't think, up to the standards. It would have been nicer to have them in a suit, but obviously the original suits and stuff are 30 years old and stuff. I think they've been used in crossovers from like Dino Fury, might have been the last one, Dino Thunder, sorry. No, yeah, Dino Fury, not Dino Thunder. So they probably still do have several of the suits possibly around, but I don't know if they were able to be used, and probably with how cheap technology is to make this, it probably made more sense. You know, by the by, it's interesting because obviously there are a lot of actors and actresses that don't reprise their roles, but they kind of are featured till they're never demorphed. They obviously use sound clips for some of the people that have passed, unfortunately, which is understandable. I imagine they had the rights to that, but the people that couldn't reiterate their role, the voice clips that they used not all of them were the same. I think it was Kimberly, it sounds like her, Jason, and Jason, the original Red Ranger, not Jason David Frank, who was Tommy. So like those two characters, their voices aren't. It doesn't sound like voice clips from them now. Maybe it could be in it. It's just me hearing it wrong. It's by the by. The story was alright. For me, I felt it was missing bits. Like, you learn, like, they've all gone up and they're all, you know, like, this is 25 years odd since they were kind of officially in the Power Rangers universe, and like, they were a congressman, they got their own company and stuff, and you never got to see really any of that. And I would have really liked to have seen that. When Rita comes back, it never explains kind of how they got their coins back, because Goldar, I believe in the series, destroyed the rings, so they shouldn't be available. I mean, Billy makes more of them, but I imagine at some point after the series ended, Billy obviously creates an original set of rings to re-tap into that energy, but they never really go into that. So it was, you know, so I found these a little strange, and I know, you know, I know I'm picking points here and I'm being kind of negative, but after all those points that I mean, even like that, I say the putties look a little bit funny as well. I don't know if it's the costumes or something, but by the by, but you take, not to take that all away, like, this is basically for the fans. This is designed as an episode for kids. So really all the things I critique, or most of them, a kid would have noticed. You know, if it go back to 10-year-old, 11-year-old me when I was watching Power Rangers, I would have not picked up on any of this stuff now. And it was nice to see as much of them as returning. Obviously, unfortunately, the actress who played Trudy has died in 2001, as I said. Unfortunately, we lost Jason David Frank last year. Austin St. Scott, who plays the Red Ranger Jason, he had obviously those charges against him and he couldn't travel, so he couldn't be part of it. Kimberly, Ashley Jo Johnson decided not to return. I mean, to be honest, it would have been nice to have them feature in, but in a way it was nice not to have them, because you had a bit more focus on Zach and a bit more focus on Billy, and I think these are the two characters that didn't get as much focus previously, so it was nice for them to come forward, you know. And it was nice, I say, it was more focused about honouring Trudy and Trudy's character and stuff, and obviously it was Tai Tang, I think the actress's name is, and it was nice to see them actually give some sort of honour, because obviously in everybody's head, when you heard about this reunion, it was never going to live up to everybody's standards. Unfortunately, people aren't here and stuff, and I mean, I even would have liked Bulk and Skull, and then there's at least a poster of him, you know, and they mention feature a lot of stuff and that, but now I'm seeing some good and seeing some bad stuff. As I take all of it back, and like, I did enjoy it, you know, I personally give it 6 out of 10. I don't think it's amazing, but the reason I'm giving it 6 for 10, and actually I'm trying to give positive, you know, if you're a Power Ranger, I think you like it. The thing we all have to understand is this episode is still designed as it's supposed to feature for kids, so that is why it was there. Like, you know, they aren't too hung up on the title. There is a limited budget what they have in this. In this day and age, you know, they haven't got millions and millions of pounds. Obviously, there is a cost of bringing some of these actors and actresses back, because some of them have done other work and are like popular in voiceover. So, not Rocky, Adam. He does a lot of voiceover work and a lot of other stuff. So I imagine it's a little bit more expensive to bring him back and stuff and feature it. But if I put this down in front of a kid who loved Power Rangers, I imagine they would love it to death. They wouldn't see any of the faults that they had. If they've watched the original Power Rangers, it would have been nice for them to see the connection. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, every character was featured in it at some point. We got to honour some of the people, unfortunately, who had passed, and, you know, there is a dedication at the end. I say it was nice to see Rita back and do it, and, you know, and it was clever how they did that, and how they brought her back and stuff like this, and what the overall goal was. So, but this is what I rate it. So yeah, overall, I do think it's good. Power Ranger fans should like it. I think if you look at its perspective as an adult, and that, it's nice to go back and see some of that, but you have to understand there are restrictions that they've had for X, Y, and Z. But anyway, hope you've liked this review of Power Rangers Once and Forever. It's definitely something I will watch more than once. I don't know. Hopefully they will release it on physical media so I can add it to the collection. I've been Cypher Sigma. Hope you've enjoyed this Power Rangers video. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.